Down here in Victory Lane, everyone, Mark Castiglia on the Lighthouse Lanes. Mark, I'll tell you what, that looked like a little bit of a prize fight there a couple times coming down the front straightaway.
Yeah, Andrew and I had quite the battle. I was trying to work him hard, either way, clean. I got into him a little bit. I apologize for that, but we were slugging it out there for a couple laps, and I finally got by him, and I knew Robbie was right behind me. I felt him a couple times. Seen him high there. I was just trying to make laps. The car was pretty loose tonight, but I held on.
Quite the turnaround. You had your first career win earlier this season, now 2 in a season. It's got to feel great.
It feels awesome. I want to thank Mike App, Dennis Richmond, especially. He got our overheating problem solved this week. It's been a culprit for the past couple weeks. My father, Bob Andres, been a great father and brought me here about 20 years ago and been coming ever since.
Oh, that was pretty exciting. I thought they got locked together there for a second in turn 4. I thought they were going to end up in the wall, and so I backed down a little bit. Probably should have took advantage of it and got around them.
It looks like that 2 machine's really working very well on the outside of the speedway this season, unlike ever before.
Yeah, well, this is a new chassis, so this is working real well. Tonight it wasn't so good. There's not really much outside. Car got tighter and tighter as the feature went on.
Yeah, no kidding. I think the best we've started this year is 10th, but it's done nothing but made me a better driver and made my team better. You know, it's a heck of a place to be on Saturday night. You know, I probably pass about 10 racetracks on the way here on Saturdays, but I'd rather be here. Can't thank my team enough. Patrick, Dan, Jim Shefsick, my parents, my wife, Danny. It's just a great effort. Ray Hedger puts a great car underneath of us, and you know, my new car owner Doug Susi this year, you know, he kind of took a chance, bought all new stuff, and I think it's paying off.
I can't thank every one of these people enough. Don, Sewell, and Wilshie. They had faith in me. They gave me a ride here about 5 weeks ago. 3 seconds and a win, and a 4th our first night out, man. I just can't say enough. I just got to thank those guys. These guys, the engine builders, everybody worked their tails off all night. For the last week. It's just been miserable. But this makes up for it right here.
Beginning of the race, we were real tight. I couldn't hold the car on the bottom, and I knew if anybody was going to pass, anybody was going to be on the bottom, and I just couldn't hold her down there. And Jimmy got a run on me down the front stretch and just, stuck her down in there. And, I just had to give him the room to run. So I guess we're standing here bridesmaid again.
Well, they were first. We were right there. I was trying to make some moves on him and try and get a run on him. It's tight around here. It's hard to get a second groove. And kind of burned my tires up there towards the end, and I was just hanging on. I didn't know where 4th was. We don't have mirrors or nothing. So.
And your king of wings winner, Dave Gruel. He is happy.
I had no idea. A lot of the race, I was watching the cameras going. Usually the only time you see cameras is when somebody's right with you. All I could do was push it as hard as I could and try to keep the thing going straight. Had one little scary deal up in turn 2 there. Had some lap traffic get slow in front of me, and I know McKnight tried getting his lap back there, and I had no idea he was going to stick his nose in there, but that's racing.
You calling me old? Well, they say eventually even a blind squirrel gets a nut.
How did this deal come together, putting Dave in the car?
Paul Wight couldn't make it up from Texas this weekend, and I couldn't think of anybody better than Dave to drive it, and he got a weak moment and said he would.
There you go. It had to have been nerve-wracking there towards the end.
It was nerve-wracking right from the drop in the green.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We were hoping to be able to win, but I drew so bad starting 10th. But Brad Lichty, everybody at Papco Transportation did a great job. Got to thank the GM Partsnow.com and Burgess Chevrolet, Benson Speed Equipment, just everybody involved. And it's just a lot of fun to come out and race these open wheel cars. And, don't get much opportunity. But again, Brad Lichty gave me an opportunity to run a couple years ago. I built my own, I wrecked it, and now I'm back driving his again. And, and a lot of thanks to Mike Lichty, too. He's really helped me try to figure these cars out a little bit, and it's just been a pleasure doing it.
Yeah, it'd been nice to get a repeat here, but like Dave and I talked this week, and we knew coming up here, the last 6 times we've been here, we have absolutely stunk. And it's been bad from the drop of the green, and we made wholesale changes coming up here, and we unloaded, and we were pretty fast all day long. Got 3rd quick, was able to pass a couple guys there in the heat race, and to come home with the top 3, be back on the podium here in Oswego, feels real good. And I want to thank all the fans, ISMA, this whole deal, my whole crew, for all the hard work they put in every week, and especially David, Lori May. They really have stood behind me.